in my pocket. Like, I don't have a lighter. Now I have a lighter.
Lighter. That's important.
Sweet. Are we going?
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
We're going? All
We
right.
feel going.
Sweet. They're Kevin and Casey. I'm Lane. We got Kevin back, like I said. This is the Daily Torch. And that was probably the intro. So, cigars.
It's true, actually, because you know what? Now that when you say Daily Torch,
You kick in the intro?
I'm like, you know what? That's a good place. Like, boom. And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden it's like lasers and shit. Bam. Then
I'm
we're
I'm not
back.
getting any audio.
What?
Yep.
God damn it.
You know, you're fucking up the rotation.
All right.
Right?
Wait, are you plugged in or are you just not hearing anything?
I mean, I am plugged in. I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, I think your knob is turned down.
Doesn't look like it.
Is yellow knob? Yeah, it was just turned down.
Oh. Did we plug him into a different...
He's 4 because that's the one that's set up for his microphone.
Okay. Is he also 4 for cameras? No.
No,
Just on there.
Just the mic.
just on there. Yeah,
We can hear you now?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
and you can hear us.
All right.
I'm
All right, hold on. So, Casey, this is
Yes.
the Shady
The
Moose
Shady Moose.
by... No, this is the Chillin Moose.
Chillin Moose
by
by
Shady
Shady
Moose.
Moose. Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah.
So, what are the others?
So okay, let me.
What are we going to try? Because we're going to get, like, the Maduro, right?
I want to get the other ones
Or
because
the Habano?
let's be fair, the price point is perfect,
No, it's pretty good.
and it's just a good cigar.
Well,
so
that remains to be seen.
oh, that's just true. This is your first
As I haven't
first time
smoked
trying.
it yet. And it's in Connecticut, so, I mean, I'm already working with a handicap.
You love Connecticut's. It's your first cigar of the day, almost every day.
That is true.
A very specific Connecticut
But still,
with a broadleaf Maduro binder.
I thought it was 2 different ones.
No, it's
the
just one.
cabinet and the.
No, I'll
he
smoke in
doesn't do
Ashton.
the- yeah,
I'm not.
yeah, he's not the.
If I'm smoking in Ashton, it's a very particular Ashton.
Yeah, it's the VSG.
100%.
We know.
And while we're doing this, whiskeys. So Knob Creek 12, McKenna single barrel, or John J. Bowman single barrel, and the McKenna 10-year bottle of bond. Yes, some of them are doubles. I don't know what anymore. I'm gonna make a list, and we're gonna catch that up. So then we'll only do the doubles that make sense.
Oh, you know these are Foundry cigars.
And then put them against each other.
Are they really?
The Chillin Moose ones. Yeah, they're made by Foundry.
Oh, okay.
So,
No wonder their quality. Are they their seconds?
you know what? I think I can get these cheaper
Oh yeah,
from our source.
yeah, right.
That's
Well,
amazing.
But what? Seriously though, hell of a branding on a second.
I don't think it's a second. I think they're. Yeah.
Just an off, just a not quite the Foundry brand.
So it's here. Here's the description I have on here. It says, "No matter." It's finally time to answer the question: is it moose or is it meese? No matter. You'll be chillin' like a Viller moose with this totally radical and unique blend from Foundry. Known for its off-the-wall concoctions, Foundry has done it again and managed to release a blend that doesn't just break the mold, it redefines it. Turn up for this party and a go home happier than a moose at a Taylor convention. Someone took the time to write that.
Do you remember the West Wing episode where he brought back cured moose meat? They were on an international trip somewhere.
It was to Vermont, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Vermont, I don't think. I thought it was some northern European country.
Oh, it was, yes, and it was the delicacy of the country.
Yeah.
But wasn't that, it was like a gift that he gave to Donna?
Well, there was a bunch of it. Like, there was moose everything. But yeah, the cured moose meat, he gave to Donna, and Donna sold.
Sold
and
on
then
eBay, and then they had to track it
was a whole
down
thing,
because
yeah.
it was a whole debacle about giving away gifts.
It was the same episode where Sam brought back, like, beanies and, like, fridge magnets.
Yes.
One of the girls looked at him and said, "You really do enjoy airport gift shop, don't you? Or a hotel gift shop. I don't remember which. One or the other." And he said, "Yes, I do." Because why not? Kevin, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm a little, I don't know. Melancholy today?
Yeah?
A little bit.
Just cause? I've been the last couple days.
I don't know why.
I know why. It's because I took a job that I'm not entirely sure that I want, but
Is that because it's too far?
No, wait. So wait, melancholy. When someone says that, is that a negative or a positive?
it's a positive. It's a negative.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be. Like 250 years ago. It was melancholia. It was actually a diagnosed thing from doctors.
It's kind of like
It's
a,
depression, but
yeah.
not.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was a
They-
good thing.
For the record, they had way better words for illnesses of the mind 300 years ago. Because melancholia is way better than depression.
for sure.
That's true. that's actually really really true. So yeah, there's a few of these mooses.
So what do we have? What are our options for this? What can we pick up?
So they do.
This is actually pretty good.
It is really good, and
Fair
that's
enough,
that's just the regular one. There is a another one. It's a gray band where the moose is wearing red shades.
I mean, I care
So-
less about the band than I
But
do
this
about
one
the
is a
makeup of the
four
suit.
country build on this gray band.
For country.
They use
Is any of those countries Mexico?
Nicaragua,
Four.
Dominican Republic, U.S. broadleaf, and Mexican San Andres Maduro, all together into one. So
Is that the tweaked out moose?
that's the Terminator looking moose. The
Is it-
one we got should just be the Connecticut, Dominican, Nicaraguan blend.
Do they have a Maduro?
I'm a little tall for this framing.
There is a Maduro.
Oh well. What
And
are you gonna do?
I would like to get the Maduro, which comes in the yellow box collection. Comes in a Maduro, and so does the gray. So there's like 3 colors we can get from the Shady Mooses.
I don't care about the colors. I want to know about the cigars. Is there just a standard?
They're all mild to medium Ecuadorian, Connecticut shade, Mexican binder, and then you've got your Colombian filler for one, Nicaraguan filler for another,
Okay.
and a Dominican USA filler. Apparently, they all come from Honduras, though.
They're all made in Honduras.
Yeah,
So they're just sourcing tobacco and rolling them, which is probably what Foundry is doing too.
that's
I mean,
that's
if
it's
that's what they're
it's
doing for these,
probably an offshoot of Foundry. It's like a Foundry corner in one of
Yeah.
their warehouses.
I'm sure.
That is the Shady Moose headquarters.
Shady Moose HQ.
Yeah.
They're in the back corner.
They probably have their own office. It should say that above the office, like in the very back.
Just right there.
It's like the table of college friends at the wedding.
Oh.
Very back corner. We don't necessarily trust them. We're not sure what they're going to do when they get drunk.
Yeah, the only thing they can drink is the moose drool. That's it. Nothing else.
No, it's too far.
Nothing but moose.
It's a bridge too far, sir. I don't know what you're doing.
Talk about the many moose and
So Casey, I'm gonna give you a chance to talk about what you wanted to talk about last week, because we didn't. However,
What did I want to talk about last week?
Casey, no, Kevin,
Oh.
does Mercedes have side pods or not?
I don't know. I can't find any articles or anyone talking. I saw a picture.
I saw 3 pictures.
That-
They look
I-
like side pods.
I feel like that is
What does that mean?
that's Photoshop.
You think so?
I don't know.
have you pulled them up?
Do you want to
see?
put money on it? I think they have side pods.
No, I don't want to put money on it because we got rained out a race where we would have seen them for real.
Yeah, we're gonna see them
And
for
it's
real,
not
real in a
Thursday.
day.
It's not Thursday yet, so I don't know if my F1 guys have seen it yet, and that's the big talk of the town for Monaco, because that car has to roll out Thursday morning for the press. So if it has side pods in a good 2 hours from now, we're gonna see a slew of pictures. If it does or not.
What do you think? I think it has side pods.
I would be surprised if it does.
Really?
That's a big technological gap.
They need to do something.
I understand that, but that's a big thing.
Well, they said this is just the first step of many,
See, and
many
that's-
changes.
And that's the thing is, I feel like if this was the first step, it wouldn't be side pods. It'd be like other inconspicuous changes. The side pods to me would be the last thing to add.
Well, the problem is you can't change. Like, you can't make a suspension. If you're going to make a change that's that aerodynamically significant, you can't change anything else first. I mean, that's a really good recipe for finishing last.
No, I get that. I don't know. It's just like, I mean, all the things. So that means that like all the things they've talked about, up until this point. About, we're committed to do this. We're gonna make these little changes here.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. And,
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton.
They literally just
if
make
we
us slower.
If we just hit side pods on the side of the car, it'd make us slower. Now, is there some truth to that? Probably, because you have a whole new set of drag that you've got to worry about. What I want to know is, did they steal the suspension idea?
From Red Bull?
Yes.
I bet they did. Or I bet they will.
To me, that's what's going to make it. Like,
Do they have enough engine even with those changes, though?
That's another. You're adding drag to that engine now,
Yeah.
which is already not happy doing part of the things that it does. And on top of that, you now have to add to try to get more horsepower out of it. I mean, that's a tough call.
Did you see the Honda article?
Honda Aston Martin,
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah.
That's a big surprise.
Right?
That's a big. Oh, hello. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Wonder who's got the money for that. Although disappointing.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like at this point, Aston Martin could just build their own engine.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
They're not.
I mean,
I know. It's Lance or Lawrence Stroll.
yeah.
So if they go Honda, I don't think Red Bull's Honda for 2026.
No, I thought we already
They've got
knew
the Ford
that.
deal.
Do they have a Ford deal?
Yeah, remember it's Ford's going to Red Bull.
Who got the Cadillac Chevy deal?
The Cadillac. Well, that's
Is that Andretti?
Andretti.
If he gets in?
If he gets in.
Okay.
When does
That
America
was-
start racing?
Well, see, that's the thing. That's why Andretti's trying to get his team in. He wants a team, so he has 2 drivers in his own car, which would be sweet, because 22 cars on the track, way cooler than 20.
I don't know how they walk away from a team with money. Because there are definitely some teams in F1 that don't have money.
What? No. Everyone meets the cost cap. Kind of. With or without favors, I can't.
With some extra phone calls
There's-
mid-season.
There might be some angry phone calls from a very angry German man in the paddock. That man's a true legend of the sport.
We need brakes.
I do always fucking up my car. Puts it in the fucking wall. The fuck are they doing?
Oh my
No,
god.
Gene, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. This we qualify good one week and we fucked up the next week. I love Gunther Steiner so much. He legitimately, I think me and everyone else who watches Drive to Survive is legitimately watching it just to watch Gunther Steiner. I don't
Yeah.
think we give a shit about Drive to Survive other than that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's one of the most honest. Well, now that what's his face is gone, Seb.
True. Seb was pretty on it that
Yeah.
last year. That last year Ferrari where he had no fucks to give is probably some of the best behind the scenes Formula One. You go, wow, how come they didn't film that conversation somewhere? Because Seb was like, no, they told him not to do it because they have their own clothing line. They were like, fuck you, don't make your own clothes. And he was like, thanks for telling the whole world that I just got fucked over by my racing team.
Yeah.
Seb's like, fuck it, I don't give a shit.
I mean, when they get to the end of their contracts, they're definitely no holds barred. Like, they're gonna say some stuff.
Oh, there's a level of senioritis.
I wish there was more of that in sports. Like, we got it from Tom Brady a little bit, not a lot, a little bit.
You're right. That needs to be a thing. Like, if you're gonna come out and it's your last year, they're not gonna fire you.
Yeah.
You've pretty much already earned all your guaranteed money. The rest of it is bonuses. If you invested right, you don't need 5 or 6 million here or there. No fucks given. Just spew out the worst shit you can think of.
Yeah.
Take every opportunity in front of the camera and be like, this guy's a fucking dick. This guy's, you wouldn't believe this shit they made us do. Just slander on everybody.
I like it. It's what we need.
It's liberating.
I mean, it'd make it more interesting too, because then people would be pissed off and trying to beat each other more.
No, it really wouldn't.
It's not
What
that.
would happen is they would immediately add NDAs to all of their contracts. Yeah.
Well, the lawyer has to ruin it for everybody. Just make NDAs.
But I mean, we get like 2 or 3 years before everyone caught up. That'd be fantastic.
No, I
Oh, yeah.
legitimately, and you know what? There's something about that. Like that's the thing I like about, like specifically the XFL, right? This year, I liked the fact that there was a lot more mic'd up moments.
A lot more access.
Yeah, like the quarterback was mic'd up. You heard him calling plays in the huddle. Like you heard him calling plays on the field. That was cool.
Yeah.
You know, you heard the coach call the play, talking to the defensive coordinator. You heard the defensive coordinator like, "Oh man, what are these guys gonna do? Let's go with like blue 42 man coverage." You know, I like that access. That makes it more interesting to me because I like to know what's going on.
Yeah,
in the world around there.
You're never gonna get that in the NFL though,
Why not?
because like you could do it for a season and then you'd be screwed because you'd have guys whose job it was to go back and listen to everything on microphone from every team that they were going to play and figure out what everything is.
Oh, so we just eliminate the playbook.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like it would just the NFL guys have too much money. It would just lead to like cheating, like financially back cheating,
Well, why?
which they're already doing. But like,
all right, I get that. I get what you're saying because it would just if you know what the call is going to be, you could alter betting, right?
yeah, I mean, they would listen in the NFL. They would be psychoanalyzing, like, oh, he called a pass play in the huddle. What did his head do? Like, how much did it bounce? Where did he look? Oh, he called a running play. Did he look down at his feet? Did he look low and to the left where the running back for the gap that he's going to go through? Did he look away from the gap that he's going through? They would be looking at everything. And then they would translate that and like watch his head. If he goes down and to the left, then the running back is going to one of the right side gaps.
So, all right, it would ruin football.
Yeah.
But actually, let's talk about that for a second, okay? Because I think they're already ruining football. Did you hear that rule they passed?
Oh, the fair catch 25-yard thing?
That's stupid.
I don't know why. I don't know why we're doing kickoffs at that point.
Just give them the ball.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time, I mean, we still see some runouts from the end zone, like in desperation.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah, that is.
That rule is.
Well, and it's a kickoff though. It's not a punt.
But still.
It's going to change. My guess is about 7% of the plays.
Well, the number I saw was like 8. But
Okay, so my 7%
yeah,
blind guess is pretty close.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what it is, Kevin, is so when they do a kick
Yeah.
for the kickoff, right?
Yeah.
Normally you got the one guy in the backfield, and he can either call a fair catch or let it go into the end zone. If
Yeah.
it goes to the end zone, they get a touchback, right?
Yeah.
Well, now if he calls the fair catch, and he makes the catch, it's within the 25-yard line. They automatically start on the 25-yard line, just like they would a touchback.
Okay.
It just seems a little silly.
I mean, it doesn't really matter that much for kickoffs. If it was for punts, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That would basically take out the punter.
Yeah.
It would no longer matter.
No, you can still punt it within like the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
And be like, ha, they have to start from
But
the 1-yard line.
how often do you see guys pinning people off a kickoff?
What do you mean with pinning? What's that?
Like inside the 25,
Oh.
but it doesn't make it to the end zone off a kickoff.
Oh, okay. Like where they just get stalled anyway.
Yeah, it
That's-
almost never happens
That's fair.
because most kickoffs are going through the end zone anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of touchbacks.
And unlike a punt play, like punt plays are a little bit more protected than kickoffs. So kickoffs, you just have a group of guys running down the field trying to do damage.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, the reason they did it was, for what I saw, was that player injuries and concussions have gone up like 4 times what they were normally.
Oh yeah, and kickoffs have got to be the most dangerous play.
At this point.
I don't know why we're kicking off. I mean, in desperation, right? But at this point, there should almost just be if you're going to kick it through the end zone, we're just going to let it go and just wave their hand and no kickoff because it's almost a garbage play at this point anyway.
Okay.
Just put it on the 25 and come back the other direction.
Yeah. Well, see, that's I go back to the XFL. I like their kickoff.
What's their kickoff? I didn't watch XFL this year.
Oh, you didn't watch any of it? Mm-mm. So the XFL kickoff, right? There's like a box, right? The one guy gets to be in the box. He's the receiver. You have to kick it in the box. So it's got to be. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's on the 25-yard section, right? No one can move until the guy in the box has possession.
Okay.
And then everyone runs at him. But it's not like everyone's at the far end, right? It's the kickers at the far end where he kicks from. The rest of the teammates are just outside the 25-yard line box. And so, the guy gets it and he has possession. Then he starts to run. And then it's like a free form, try to get him. It seems less dangerous, but it's also exciting.
Okay.
I feel like that's part of what makes the XFL a little more exciting is that kickoff, the way they do kickoffs. Because it's kind of fun. No one's moving, and then all of a sudden the guy's like, oh, I've got the ball. And now all of a sudden he's public enemy number one. And he's zigzagging through the crowd, and it's exciting. And it seems a little easier to get, a return out of it. But it also seems like it's, you can play it enough defensively to still be, exciting. But
Makes sense.
that was part of the fun for the XFL for me that I thought was enjoyable. But I don't think this kick is going to make. I mean, you're right. It only changes 8% of the plays probably, and it just means we're going to see way more touchbacks than anything else. I think.
Well, not way, but we're going to see a slightly increased percentage of touchbacks than we already did.
Yeah.
Because probably 65 to 70% of kickoffs are touchbacks already, especially when they moved out to the 25.
That's fair. The article I read was Andy Reid basically was they're just going to turn the NFL into flag football.
Well, okay. We had this conversation in the shop the other day, right? Listen, I was a defensive player. I enjoyed watching big defense in the late 80s and early 90s as much as anybody. Those were fantastic games to watch.
Yes.
It was like watching a boxing match or an MMA fight. It was destruction.
Yes.
Those teams were
adulterated.
Those teams were nasty.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you talk about some of the Bears, the defense of the Bears in those years, the defense of the Steelers in those years, some of the Steelers linebackers, Greg Lloyd and Kevin Green and Porter, just some nasty human beings, right? But you know as well as I do, Casey, and I don't know if you've run into as many of these guys as we have, Kevin.
Nope.
They come in here. They hang out, right? Seeing how beat up they are 10, 15, 20 years later, do you really think the NFL, as those guys get even bigger and faster and stronger, was going to be able to maintain that?
Well, no.
I mean, those guys are gigantic.
Yeah.
I was in the late 90s, I met the starting tackle for the Chargers, and he was doing skull crushers with 225. His bench press was probably 700 pounds.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
And he was 365 pounds, and he ran a sub 540. That was 20 years ago and change. Now you've got guys who are bench pressing 225 for 62 reps.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and they run a 4.5.
They're gigantic. They're so big. They're barely human when you see them.
I mean, they're benching me plus 30 pounds.
Yeah.
It's for 62 reps.
For 62 reps. If it was me, they'd probably bench me 100 and call it good.
This is what I'm saying. I'm 6'2", 240, and I felt like a child.
No, I mean, I get the violence when you add the advancements in training and what we can do to the body now would just make it so that you were just murdering people.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, when I owned that business in Santa Barbara and the kids would come through from Europe and Australia and Southeast Asia, whatever, and they would start talking about rugby, and they're like, why do I have to wear pads? Why? How is this a real sport to wear pads?
That's the cute one where they wear the pads, right? You're
right? I don't know how to explain this any better. If they didn't wear pads, someone would die every week. Every week.
Yeah.
It gets close already with pads.
I mean, they are so powerful.
Oh, no, you're not wrong. Yeah. It'd be probably once a game,
Yeah.
just about.
They're just that game is so fast now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I loved watching the old game, but I don't know how you get away with it with these guys. With new training methods, with what they're doing to improve speed and power.
No, yeah, no.
Come on.
You're not getting by that.
No. It would be it would get to the point where it was just brutal. Like they would start losing fans, it was so brutal.
Yeah.
And I mean, seeing these guys with their titanium hips and titanium knees and fingers that don't have ligaments that they can bend in every direction. I mean, that game with pads and the new rules still beats people up.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you got a point there. I appreciate safety. Like I like to watch the game, but it needs to be safe.
Yeah.
I don't need guys dying in their 30s or having crazy concussions, and I get that.
Or even Dan Marino with his 13 knee surgeries.
Yeah.
Probably more after the game.
No, definitely more. Yeah, I feel like he's had more than that.
Yeah.
But I get that. The game has to evolve for the player.
Like, I understand the sacrifice of time. I understand the sacrifice, like, the commitment it takes to be that good, to be that strong. Like, the off-season workouts, the film. I understand working hard to get somewhere. But I don't think the price should be your body.
Fair.
I mean, listen, some injuries in that sport are going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
But you should be able to walk after you retire.
Yeah.
That's
and remember people's names.
Yeah. Well, like I was telling the guy in here the other night, I think what changed it all, like the single moment that changed it all was Junior Seau.
Because that was the one that was the big.
That was the one where the entire league stood up and went, "We have a problem." I mean, he was, by all accounts, one of the friendliest. Like, he did everything right. He was nice. He enjoyed the fans. Like, he did everything right. And it cost him everything.
Yeah. I think for wrestling, that was Chris Benoit.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Like that was the big, right? Because that was he was a friendly guy. He was real happy with people, and it was those repeated, leapfrogs off the third turnbuckle,
Oh yeah.
and like the drugs he was taking on top of that to kill the pain from all those neck damages, and everybody went, "Oh, we need to reevaluate what guys do when they're high flying, because that's what caused it." I mean, he went crazy, shot his family. Like,
Yeah.
it's a real serious moment when you go, one day he was normal and the next day he just snapped.
Yeah, like the cost can't be that high.
Yeah.
It just can't. A sport can't survive that.
No, I get that. But, so, another one that I thought was good that was mic'd up was, did you see the last All-Star game?
No.
So the last All-Star game, they had given a mic and a earpiece to the pitcher and the catcher. And they
Really?
were just talking to him from the announcement booth, like asking him questions.
Oh, I did see
And
that.
I thought that was fantastic.
So I would buy in. I don't want them to be able to ask questions, not when they're on the field.
Yeah.
But if we had, baseball conversations, and I didn't play much baseball as a kid, but everyone I know says that baseball conversations on the field are the absolute best.
Yeah, but it was just cool to see the pitcher and the catcher talk
Yeah.
to each other in live action.
Like everything about him, right? It's even the shit talk. Like it's a slow speed shit talk. It's not basketball where someone's gonna make a quick move.
Yeah,
They've got
no.
time.
It's plenty of, now I don't know how it's
Time's
going to work
gone
now
down
with
a little
the
bit.
clock.
Yeah, but
You
like the
know?
guy on first.
Oh.
Like the first baseman of the guy on first.
Perfect.
Come on.
Perfect. But
And it's like-
anytime they had some guy mic'd up though for the All-Star game, like if it was the guy in the outfield,
Yeah.
and then Apple did it too on Apple TV. Their baseball games, they would give somebody a mic, and they would just bullshit with him for like half the game, and it just added so much of what you needed entertainment wise from baseball. I think would just come from giving mics to the players.
But wouldn't that cause more of a distraction for him as well?
Well, this is why I don't know that I want him talking to him. In the outfield, that's fine.
Yeah.
The outfield doesn't do much.
The outfield
As
is
long as you
just
can hear him
standing around.
talking shit back
Pitcher,
and forth.
catcher, I don't know about that.
I don't,
Like in a real
it
game?
worked really well for those two, But it was also the All-Star game, so it's not like they were really doing anything competitive.
They're carrying a lot. Well, they took the consequences away from the All-Star game because remember, it used to
Yeah.
be whoever won the All-Star game had home field in
Yeah.
the World Series, and that like they took it more seriously. Now it's like whatever. We're just here for fun.
It's legitimately like a picnic baseball game. Like those guys could just be having a barbecue and playing baseball at like the most random field in some park somewhere. They're just goofing around. But I think that needs to be. I want that. I want mic'd up players. Where we really want mic'd up players, it's not going to happen. Is hockey
Oh yeah.
because it would just be a bunch of bleeps.
I mean,
But if they ever make
they have to have their own channel.
if they ever make the NHL like mic'd up package for $200 a year,
100% buying
I
that.
am signing up for that every year. I
Right?
don't care. That would be money.
Yeah.
Right there. Just do captains too. Just do the captains.
They could immediately be like the second most profitable sport of all the major sports.
Yeah.
Overnight.
You want to compete?
Yeah,
Guess what? Mic'd up hockey. You're not beating that.
that'd be amazing.
That would be. We need to call somebody in the NHL and make this happen.
Oh my god, how do you guys like these whiskeys? Because I saw Casey make a bad face. I haven't seen you make any bad faces yet.
Some of them hit hard.
I
Like
made a bad
hit
face.
hard.
I think they're all 100 proof ish.
Yeah.
Well, I made a bad face on A. It just caught me off guard.
Yeah.
B smells smooth, but like when you taste it, there's like a small burn in there.
Yeah, I mean,
Which one? Which one was that?
B.
Like it smells smooth,
Oh, I do like the aroma on that.
right?
B.
That smells good.
I think, I don't know. I'm either terrible at this game or I'm amazing at this game. What was
Oh
that?
yeah. Oh,
What was that? B?
B is. Fuck that one.
Really?
It smells smooth, but
We need to
it's
start getting
tricky.
you some warm up whiskey, Casey.
Well,
I got some
I
beans.
used A to warm up the C and the B, and it didn't help. So
Okay.
I don't know how that's supposed to work.
A and C smell similar, like the burn factor, like you know it's gonna be strong. B was one of those ones that
honestly.
tricks you. But I could bring some Deanston in one of these times. We could try that one.
Honestly, the C was the smoothest
You like C?
for smoothability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you picking up any like flavors on the note, like any palate, any on the aroma or any flavors that you liked?
Well, one tasted like death.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
I don't know
maybe-
how that's a description for it or not.
I don't think that's accurate.
It was like
I don't think it tasted like death.
death. Ugh.
On his face, the looks that he makes is.
Oh, I know. Well, you can see his face on the camera.
I know that's what I saw.
No, it was
Like when you taste them, you should put yourself on.
Yeah, really, like, it doesn't matter who's talking. When you're tasting them, we need your facial expressions. That's going to be a thing from now on.
Everybody's gonna be tuning in just to
man.
see that.
Just to see the facial expression, me just going, ugh. Who does that?
You
All right.
tried the Wallace last time, didn't you?
Yeah, that stuff was good. The
Yeah.
family stuff you had?
I can bring that one in again.
Stuff's tasty.
We can, I mean, listen, if you guys want to do your own tastings, I don't have to pick every week.
Oh yeah.
If you want to do so, or if you want me to bring something in and taste it against something you've got, I'm happy to.
Listen, all your stuff
He's throwing
is
down the challenge for the palate.
right.
Palate test 2023.
Listen, I already know my palate's not gonna beat yours.
Yeah, your palate's a lot more.
Listen, I've been smoking too many cigars lately. It's questionable. God help me if I put wines in front of me right now. Like I could still do the
man.
basics.
I'm just saying,
Just destroy one.
cigar-wise, the amount that me and Casey smoke, and you're still a little behind
I
burning
know,
the
I know.
palate.
It's all right.
Do you guys have a ranking on the whiskey yet?
No, I just tried them once.
Oh, okay.
The problem with the ranking is I don't think I can do it
Why not?
because I wrote them down and I poured them.
But you don't know what they are.
Yeah,
That
but
is
you,
true.
You don't know what they are.
I just know by the numbers attaching them at that point.
Well, you still got to rank them
Yeah.
because you have no idea which one is which.
Fair.
This is about you. Which one did you like the best?
I know which one was which number
So far,
in
I
the
like
bottle.
A.
You like A?
Yeah.
And
that's
what's your
the one
number
Casey
2?
hates. Right now, I'd have to check it again. I was
All right.
thinking B or C.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. A can take all three of them for me.
Casey is so annoyed with us right now.
It's like, what the hell? Makes no sense. Stupid. It's just dumb.
See, I wore my palette up with C, and
like
C
a-
seemed to be the one that
Oh,
burned the
was
most for
C
me.
your starter?
Yeah.
See that you made the mistake there of going with C.
No, because I feel like C was the one that burned the most.
No,
All right.
C didn't burn as bad as B.
Do you guys want to know where I'm at?
Yeah.
Because I think I've got it nailed. I did some more tasting while you guys were yammering.
Yeah,
Of
yes,
course.
yes. Hang on. Go ahead.
Oh,
Wizard of
it's on me.
Whiskey. There.
It is.
A is my favorite, but it's close. I also like B a lot. C is third.
Wait, did you say what we were drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it at the beginning.
You did.
You know what you didn't say?
What?
Like, comment, subscribe.
You say that at the end.
That's
you don't say it at
end.
the beginning.
You do say it at the beginning.
Why not
says
say
that?
How
it
many
at-
how many people are going to make it to the end of our dumbasses?
If they don't make it to the end, they don't get to the special prize.
I mean, what if we don't? We could just say it all through the whole thing. I mean, at some point.
Yeah, I mean, you should casually be able to work in
I
how
did.
to say like a like.
I did, and I insulted you at
But
the
I
same
don't
time.
subscribe to that, so that's just.
Anyway.
Do you have any comments for that? See, that was more casual.
Yeah.
I feel like.
No, that was understated. It
Was
was
it-
almost hidden.
was it?
It was an undertone,
Oh.
if you will.
Oh, well, I'd subscribe to that.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm literally going in letter order A, B, C, 1, 2, 3.
and that's what.
And
you
I'll
like.
tell you what I think they are after you guys rank them.
Boy, one of these is the Knob Creek, right?
One of them's Knob Creek 12, one of them's McKenna Bottled and Bond 10 year, and one of them is the John J. Bowman single barrel.
So this is old then on this.
So McKenna, gotta help me if I get this wrong. McKenna, I'm pretty sure is Heaven Hill. John J. Bowman might still be Buffalo Trace distillate.
Ah,
Then shipped to Virginia, run through a pot still, and aged some more or something. And Knob
wait,
Creek.
it's got weed in it.
No, it's not the weeded mash bill from Buffalo Trace. I think it's mash bill 1.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And then Knob Creek is Jim Beam, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure.
Jim Beam.
Yeah.
That's
I believe
Jim
so,
Beam
yeah.
Suntory, or Suntory Beam.
Suntory Beam.
Yeah.
So they did a
Do you think
compilation.
Rising Suntory Beam was just off the table for?
I don't know. Could Sean Connery have done the intro before he passed?
Yes. Have you seen that movie?
The Rising Sun?
Yes.
Yeah. More
That-
than once.
That's
Sean
fantastic.
Connery and
That's
Wesley
a
Snipes.
fantastic movie. I had not seen that movie up until like 2 months ago. I didn't even know it existed.
Don't you love the tech conversations where you're like, now you watch it and you're like, yeah, of course we could do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They're like, well, this is state of the art. You're like, all right, this movie did not age well at all.
I mean, though, in hindsight, a lot of Star Trek didn't age well.
Yeah, but we've accepted that.
Yeah.
I've learned that you just accept that tinfoiled blue-colored rocks are there, and that dudes wearing red shirts are gonna die. Like, those are just like the minute things you just accept that the '60s had.
Dude, in that trailer,
but in the time, it was great.
I love that they made Boimler as awkward in live action as he is in the cartoon.
But he's supposed to be the same person.
I know, but it doesn't always carry over well.
It doesn't, and I think this is gonna be fantastic
Oh, I think so too.
because it was just like, oh my god. That
Yeah.
better not be episode 7. I'm gonna be so pissed if that's episode 7.
I mean, they just turned they same like voice affectation, same
Yep.
temperament, same everything. They're like, just put it on screen.
just dye that man's hair purple and let's go.
Yeah,
You know he's keeping that purple hair.
let's get after it.
He is gonna keep that for days. It's the only way people are ever gonna notice him
Oh,
as an actor.
every Comic-Con from here out.
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening for sure.
All right, final rankings.
Dun 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 dun. Needs like a
Hey, how long have you been going? I still have a camera. I didn't change that setting though.
we are approaching a fast, hard 38 minutes.
Oh, it's gonna die. If it's gonna die, it's gonna die in the next like 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Tech Wizard has spoken.
I didn't change that setting, but I've got a battery sitting right there. I'll just run over and swap it out.
Oh, I thought you did change the setting.
No, I forgot.
It was weird when you were zooming in. It was like on Kevin's shoulder.
It's the focus assist on that camera. It's not a zoom. It's just.
That's just where it focuses. Okay.
But I got me in focus, so whatever.
It works. It
I'm
works.
happy.
All right.
Final rankings. Go.
I chose A as being Heaven Hill.
Oh, you're also naming it. So A is McKenna.
Bold.
McKenna. And then B was Knob.
Okay.
And then C, I did Buffalo.
Okay. Casey.
Those are solid choices there.
Wait, what was your second? Was it B or C?
It was B.
Okay. So you have the same ranking I do.
I'm gonna go C. A B.
C A B.
Yes.
Okay. C A B it is.
C-A-B.
So I think before I open this, I think A is McKenna. I think B is Bowman. I think C is Knob Creek. All right. So one was B. I got to pull out my phone. Actually, I don't. One was B.
Okay.
2 was C. 3 was A. All right. So I think A was McKenna. Let's see what we got. I wrote it down. I've got 1 was McKenna.
Oof.
Okay.
Wait, so 1 was
McKenna, which was B.
B.
Yep.
This is fucked off. All right, so this was McKenna.
Yep.
2 was Bowman.
C.
So A was Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
Wait, A was Bowman?
No, C was Bowman.
C was Bowman.
Yep.
And A was Knob Creek.
Yes. Correct.
All right.
Very well played.
I only got one of those right.
I didn't get any of those right.
About time. Finally, there's a week where Lane did not get it. That was the day that we all counted.
How many did you get, Casey?
But I got 0
I got 1 and Lane got
because
none.
I thought the Knob Creek was B.
That's what I thought as well.
I was like, damn it.
B was McKenna.
B was McKenna.
A was Knob Creek.
Which I
Yep.
feel like the McKenna should have been smoother than I thought it was, but maybe it was just me.
We're sure about this?
So essentially, I like Knob Creek more.
So, wait, 3 was A.
What? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which 3 was empty when you came in, so
Yeah.
that has to be Knob Creek.
Yeah.
Because we had Knob Creek here.
Yeah, but you weren't supposed to see that was 3 that I was filling up.
Well, I didn't know that was 3.
Oh.
I just assumed that 1 and 2 had been done and that you left 3 empty.
Well, the week before I did it, I left 1 empty.
Oh, we'll see. That's what messed up Will.
1 was B.
Yep, that's McKenna.
Yeah.
C is 2,
All right.
that's Bowman. Yeah.
God, that's confusing. We got to find a better way to do that.
We could do colored dots. But I don't know if that would help.
Yeah.
We could try colored dots.
Red, blue, green, or something.
Yeah, you know.
Probably need a fourth party to do that.
We just need to get one of the girls to pour it.
That really, yeah, that's what I was hoping Monet would come back.
Like, I need to name the bottles.
I mean, we could.
We need to take out a step, and then we need one of them to pour it.
Yeah, this double blind thing doesn't work.
I mean, we had security here. We could have probably used one of them.
I don't trust any of them.
Not even the redneck.
Who, Kurt?
Yeah,
I mean, I would trust Kurt to, like,
he's from the
hunt,
Bay.
hunt me a gator
No, I trust him.
or make gator steaks or
What else is going on?
I don't know.
DeSantis
Buy you
declared
things.
for his presidential run.
DeSantis.
That's about his voice that you just did there.
DeSantis.
DeSantis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of high pitched.
A little high pitched DeSantis voice.
He's also only like 5'7".
So you could take him in a fight.
I mean, he could take pretty much
I
anybody.
think
in a
anybody
fight.
could take him in a fight.
I mean,
I think my sister could take him in a fight.
That's
any
that's
president
fair,
we've
that's
had
fair.
so far, I think Lane could take in a fight.
I don't know. I don't know that I don't know what
For one, will tell you right now, Ronald Reagan would have kicked the shit out of Lane.
You think so? He probably would have fought dirty though.
Ronald Reagan would definitely fought dirtier than anybody Lane's ever met. So
I
I'll
don't
tell you
know.
right
But
now.
would he have
I
fought
could be.
dirtier than Nixon?
Probably not.
Yes.
You think
Yes.
so?
Yes. I think he would have fought dirtier than Nixon, but the one that would get you without you knowing it, Senior.
Oh, Senior wouldn't do the work himself.
Exactly. He would just pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, you'd just be disappeared.
You'd just be done. Yeah.
He'd
Exactly.
be like, I'm
Exactly.
surrounded by guys.
I'm
Jesus,
fairly
choose this one.
certain other world leaders were afraid of Senior for that reason.
I bet you Senior coughs in a certain room and people go, who died?
Was it me?
They're like, someone just died. Right there.
You wonder, legitimately, there were probably world leaders that were like, after he left the room, like, that guy had my predecessor killed.
Yes, Senator, you're the new guy, right?
What happened?
We don't talk about the other guy. Why not? What happened? We don't talk about the other guy.
I
He
gave
just
him
did
a
not need
chance.
to seat anymore. Like, did the fucking president have that guy killed? Am I next? Son of a bitch.
Better get my shit together.
Here's the real question, right? During the 80s, who was scarier, Senior or the KGB?
Senior.
Ooh, I think probably Senior.
Yeah. That makes you think.
Yeah, I think
The
probably.
the KGB in the 80s was pretty scary, but I'm pretty sure Senior was scarier.
I mean, now
Yeah,
you
but the
can see him.
KGB was still working subversively. Going into the 80s, Senior had moved from director of the CIA to vice president to de facto president, and then eventually president.
Yeah.
He had resources.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. That's why America was nice in the 80s. We were protected.
Yeah, that wasn't even like afraid of the madman. That was just afraid of the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of presidents,
You are real Senior Bush, yes?
Yeah.
Many names.
did you hear the
One
new
name, many men.
Speaking of presidents, did you hear the new president of the Philippines has opened it back up for us to come back?
No.
Yeah,
Was
they-
it closed for us?
Yeah, it was. They got rid of a lot of our naval bases and our bases out there. The female did. The female's out now because she made a bunch of wrong policies that the people did not like.
I thought the Pac-Man was in charge of the Philippines.
No,
Oh, he's
he,
like a congressman,
he did like 2 years and then left.
but he wasn't ever president.
I thought he
You're right.
ran.
I thought he was a congressman.
Well, he was, but I thought he ran. He quit boxing to be president.
Oh, he never made it to president. No,
Oh, that's a shame.
no. There's a new guy there. I don't know his name, but he has opened it up as long as we promised not to use their islands to invade China.
Sure.
We're not going to invade China.
Why
That's
would
what we said.
We're not going to invade China.
I mean, we wouldn't
What do
invade
we?
China either.
Why? What do we
First
want?
of all, we're not invading China from the Philippines. We're going to come in from Thailand. I'm going to tell you right now.
We're not invading China. Listen, Peter. Okay, the Peter Zion, who some stuff he says is a little presumptuous. However, one of the best lines he has. China's not the worst agricultural land in the world, but it's bottom 10. What do we get out of China?
It is right
I
next
mean,
to
they've overused their soil.
silicon
bit.
chips and salsa.
And salsa.
I'm sure they give us some kind of liquid something that goes with silicone.
Well, they're involved in the processing
Do they do
somewhere
cobalt?
between like 30 and 70% of everything required for electric vehicles.
Yeah, but do they do cobalt in China?
I don't know if they mine cobalt in China. I think they process it in China.
I think
okay.
they do process it in China. I thought cobalt came out of Russia still,
Probably.
like with lithium.
Probably.
Well, lithium comes out of a lot of places now.
Yeah, but
a
the
lot of
biggest-
South America.
The biggest one is in Russia.
Well, I think the biggest one would be in Nevada if they'd let them mine it.
Well, yeah, but we don't want to mine that
Those
because it's a
damn
pain in the
pesky
ass,
mining laws get in the way.
and it ruins a lot of things.
Oh, it's incredibly toxic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Where they want to mine it in Nevada, there's nothing there anyway.
Says you.
Fair enough.
What do the aliens think?
I think they would accept a lithium landing pad.
What do the guys testing super secret airplanes think, Casey?
Just don't crash over there in the deadly toxic wasteland. God forbid we crash. Over
There is a lot of empty in Nevada. Just
yeah.
drive 80. And 80's not the worst.
No, 'cause
395 is
50 is the
insane.
loneliest road in the state, right?
50 was the loneliest paved road, I think, at some point in the world.
Yeah.
I think it's still the loneliest road in the country.
At least they added that titty bar like halfway through, so at least
Well,
you
that's
can
why we
stop for
picked
something.
up.
Is that somewhere near Fallon, strangely enough?
It probably is. Fallon or
Listen, it's probably owned by the same guy that owns the rest of them. Or did he pass?
He passed away.
the
That's right.
Hofmeister.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died. But he gave it to the madam, didn't he?
Did he?
I thought
Yeah.
he left it to the madam
I don't know. Maybe.
because she was the most loyal of his subjects, and she's been trying to like get the ranch going back up.
Well, that's the guy that owned Fantasy
Aliens.
Girls. Didn't leave it to his kids. He left it to the guy that was his manager for 30 years.
Yeah, because he knew what he was doing, and the kids were a pain in the ass.
Actually, I know his kid. His kids.
Was that right?
Yeah, I mean, he's cool, but he's kind of a goober.
And so he's a pain in the ass. Got it.
Like,
I like that description. He's cool, but kind of a goober.
definitely done some things. Yeah.
Like when you say that, like is he the kind of guy who would go cow tipping?
No, not those kind of. Think more like Tahoe nightclub things.
Oh, he enjoys snow year round.
Yes.
That was me living in Texas, cow tipping.
I don't see him as a cow tipper.
Because that's a dangerous thing.
Cow tipping?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Second most dangerous sport in the world.
Where are you getting these statistics? And what's the most dangerous?
What, the most dangerous sport in the world?
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to ask.
I mean, I feel like it would be that bull in Spain.
No, that's
Bowling?
that's like the fifth.
The fifth?
Yeah, it's the fifth dangerous.
Not that
sport.
dangerous, turns out.
Yeah, not that dangerous. No.
You just got to dodge.
Listen, whatever the most dangerous sport is, have you seen the videos, like the YouTube videos from Russia? It's got to be something they do in Russia.
Well, it's that people tower competition they have, but I don't think they do it in Russia.
People Tower.
Yeah, where they make the most tallest people tower.
Isn't that just cheerleading?
No, this is like extreme. Like take a riot, and then add people standing on other people's shoulders to try to make the tallest tower.
Well, what happened to World Pain Olympics? Because wasn't that a thing?
The what?
There was a World Pain Olympics.
Oh, good.
You've never heard of that?
No.
Ooh, I'm not going to explain it to you.
I don't
either.
want you to.
I think that was on your bondage subscription, Kevin. We're not supposed to talk about those things.
Listen, somebody has to. World's dangerous sport right there.
But it's not. It's people towering.
It might be if you had an electric fence.
Oh. Some people pay for that. in this state, it turns out. Yay, Nevada. Come for the lithium, leave for the happy ending. Nevada.
That should be the new motto. You should submit that as the state song.
I would be down for it. It's better than what the current motto is. So
Whoa, don't. Just stop. Just
that's what we
stop.
call poking the bear right there.
What's the current motto?
Most ridiculous thing ever.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
I mean, it kind of does.
No. Like, in that it was happening at the same time, sort of, on the other side of the country, yes.
It only counts for the tiny little tip of the state and how it was drawn.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's legitimately the only reason they use the motto. That's how it works. If we had lost to the Sitha, the state map would be drawn differently, and Arizona would own that part of Nevada.
Yes. And that matters why.
Well, it's a water rights thing, but
For mead?
Yeah, which everyone's screwed on. They just tried to draw a new agreement
turns out it doesn't work that way.
between Arizona, California, and Nevada.
Yeah, I thought they just
Colorado
finished that
River rights.
agreeing too.
They did like 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Yep.
They all have to cut back at least.
Which is funny because California legally didn't have to cut back at all. They could just give the other two states the middle finger and be like, we're going to do what we want. Because they were the first with water rights.
Yeah.
True.
But they didn't.
And we have the farms, California.
Yeah, but if you see most of them, they've let go.
Have they?
The Central Valley, like half of the farms that
yeah.
used to be there are gone.
Oh, that's fair. Well, did you hear about the ghost lake that showed up?
No.
Oh,
What ghost lake?
in California,
Really?
there are now 2 Lake Tahoes.
What?
Yes.
Where?
It is the Tulare Lake. You know where Tulare?
Tulare?
So the Tulare, yeah, Tulare Lake. It's all farms and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they messed off all the reservoirs, and it was a ghost lake. Or it was a lake at one point.
Yeah.
The snow impact is so great this year
That it started to fill back in.
that not only has it filled in and flooded, it currently now holds over 180 square miles of water, which gives it the equivalent of Lake Tahoe's area of water.
Really?
Yeah,
180 square miles.
we're just over that.
Okay.
So it's not as deep, obviously, but
It's just wide.
if you flew over it, you would go, "Son of a bitch, is that Lake Tahoe?" That's
Oh, dude,
that's how
there's
much
so-
it snowed.
There's so much water in
To
this
put
state
it
right
in
now.
perspective, that's how much it snowed in this state. It's so stupid.
Genoa, the golf course, had
Yeah.
to close.
Did they flood out?
Are they flooding?
It's underwater.
Is the river overflowing?
You can't tell if it's river or not. The whole thing, the first fairway was like 6 inches underwater.
Well, like I said,
Shit.
the
The whole
river
thing.
itself is like
Well,
2
yeah.
feet from the bridge over there and by the other golf course.
Oh, I believe it.
Wow,
There's so much water down there,
so much. It's
and it's not anywhere near done.
no.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm hoping that it fills up Topaz more.
Well, I'm sure it will.
Well, they're talking right now that they're like national parks areas that are supposed to be open, like picnic areas, camping areas.
Well, I think Yosemite's closed.
They're
still.
still closed. Well, Yosemite's got that road construction problem.
Well,
Did
but you
see
could
that?
get in there other ways.
But the main road, though, did you see that boulder?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
But I think the whole park's closed anyway because half the valley's underwater.
Is it, so this is that time of the year where it's just flooded.
Well, it doesn't. It hasn't flooded this bad since 96, 97.
97.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because 97 is when we flooded down there, and I'm waiting to see if it happens.
Yeah.
That's why they started doing that brick line on a lot of the buildings down there to try and save it a bit.
Yeah, Yosemite's deep.
Yeah.
But if that floods, I'm not going to be able to get to my job.
Oh, I believe it.
There's this thing. It's called the boat. No excuse.
I mean, I could use a boat if I had a boat. I'd love to have a boat.
No, you wouldn't.
You get your kayak.
I just want a bass boat. I don't want anything else. A kayak would work too.
Yeah, we get your rowboat.
Kayak. It's fast.
No, I think a rowboat.
Get a canoe.
Kevin strikes me as a rowboat kind of guy.
I mean, I would get a rowboat, but I'd
Like
probably
he'd have
throw a
he'd
trolling
have a
motor on
cooler
it.
in it, little trawler motor.
You can't drink before work.
Sure, he can.
No, it's for after.
Okay.
Yeah,
On the way
he,
home.
He needs the rowboat too because he can put some fishing poles in it, little anchor,
Park my
and
car
then he
over
can just
there on 395.
throw it down and just fish.
I wonder legitimately what the reservoirs look like. Like, did they fill? Like, is Shasta full?
Oh, it's good. They've all got to be just.
I mean, some of those
To
were
the
like
max.
70 feet down.
They've got to all be. I mean, if they're not full now, in 2 weeks they will be.
Yeah.
There is just so much.
Yeah. The whole delta's flooded, like, west out of Sacramento. That's
Is
all
it?
flooded. Yeah.
Over that.
And
big
probably
field.
north, too. Like, off of I-5 going north. I'm sure that's all flooded, too.
Shit.
Well, my next question. So we got this big rain. We're starting to flood everything, the big snow and all that. Everything's melting fast because of high heat. Do you think we're going to have a bad summer? Probably within the next couple years?
What do you mean, bad summer?
Well, where there's a lot more fires because everything's green right now, and as soon
Well,
as like
there's
you
nothing
run
left
out
to
of
burn
water,
down around here.
Fair.
Yeah, this area's burned down like 3 years in a row.
That is true.
We're okay. Most of California, it turns out, is burnt within the last 3 years. I feel like there's really nowhere left for California to burn.
I highly doubt that.
I mean, I'm sure a fire will spark up somewhere.
I mean, this is a cycle that
but-
goes on in the Sierra Nevadas in California.
Yeah.
Has been going on since I was a kid.
Yeah.
We moved to Tahoe, it was a drought, and then it was gone, and it was a drought again, and it was gone, and it was drought again, and it was gone, and it was
Yeah,
drought
'cause-
again, now it's gone
Well,
again.
but
Yeah,
you know,
because we just got out of it.
here's the thing, though, is I've never yet seen it as bad as it was in, like, what was it, 90,
96.
95, 97?
No,
when the
96.
beach was all the way...
Oh, that
Oh,
was,
yeah, it was right
like-
before that big winter.
Yeah, so
It was right before the New Year's floods.
yeah, because that big winter was in '97.
I've never seen it that droughty.
Well, California's been more droughty than that, but I've never seen Tahoe that low.
Yeah.
That was the lowest I've ever seen Tahoe.
That's what I mean. I judge my droughts by the lake level, and I've never seen it that low yet.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a little kid. Like, I mean, it was fantastic, though,
No, I agree.
for the parties,
I would still smoke the Henry Clay over this,
But it's
but
not
this is
bad.
a good cigar.
right?
Yeah.
And if it was a little stronger,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, I would gladly have this as a coffee cigar, like at the golf course or something.
right? It's just good. Easy smoke, good taste.
Speaking of golf course, I saw you were out at that one 3 days ago.
Yeah, I was in Napa.
Yes.
That was a long damn day. Because we shot a podcast after that. I'm in here just fucking falling on the table,
he was
hat backwards, like, where am I?
haggard. Yeah.
I'd like look around. I'm like, what am I doing here? How did I get
He
here?
looked hungover.
I was, and I didn't drink it all that day.
No,
But it
he
was
was-
Do wine tastings or anything?
no, nothing. It was a 3-hour drive to Napa, a terribly long round of golf, and then a 3-hour drive back to film this thing. That was brutal.
Man's
That
a
sounds
savage.
rough.
He's a savage.
You gonna postpone this next time?
What's that? If I do that again?
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna schedule better. Well, because when I scheduled that round of golf, we were shooting on different days. It was before your days off switched, and we rotated the days back. We were still doing Monday and Thursday instead of
Right.
Sunday and Wednesday. So when I scheduled it, we weren't shooting a podcast after, and then we moved it, and then the day before, I was like, oh, wait,
Shit.
that's a problem. Yeah.
And then you truly found it was a problem when you got back.
Oh my! Dude, by the time I was, and I had to stick around to give Will a ride. I couldn't even leave early. That was brutal.
That was rough.
I felt that for like 2 days.
I bet. I was wondering the next day how you felt. Because I was like,
Well, I only slept for like 6 hours. Because then I had something to do the next day.
Oh, so you're doing what I do.
dude, you guys are too busy.
Speaking of busy, Paul wants me to come up again.
Oh,
I'm
is it
thinking
that-
about, like,
It's the time.
Is it that time to do some work on the good old cameras?
yeah, he always wants me up here. He's talking about redoing the garage cameras.
Oh, didn't
Why?
you,
Why
didn't
do they
you tell
care?
him to redo the garage cameras? You know, like
Yeah.
when you were working here for real?
Are
Yeah,
they
like
going to be
5
quality
years
enough
ago.
cameras that he can see stuff?
They should be if he gets the ones that I told him to get,
Okay.
but there's a solid chance he's not
Yeah.
because he got me this little plastic dinky thing that it has decent quality, but it's not gonna last outside.
Yeah.
And with people coming through smacking shit like they always do, yeah.
Oh, this parking lot is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
I wonder what they're doing out front there.
Where?
Where?
Off the side there, did you see that they had bolted in extra pylons?
No, I didn't look
Oh, I
at
think
that.
they're creating the road.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because eventually there's going to be a road that goes from the front lot to the back lot around the parking garage.
Yeah, no, I know that, but there's like where you pull in from. You used to be able to turn into that lot right there. You have to go up now too, and then turn in,
Like in the back?
like in the front here.
I don't know.
It was just weird. I don't know because they bolted in extra pylons,
I'll have to look at that on my way out. I
and they were
didn't see
like,
it.
"Oh, we're painting new lines or something," because there was a bunch of green things blocking off parking spots.
Oh, I did see the green things blocking off those parking
Yeah,
spaces.
I don't. It was.
I thought that was the road coming down to get to that one gate that they're not using.
Yeah, I don't know what that gate's for,
I think it's just another exit gate.
but it doesn't have any sensors or anything on it.
I thought it did.
No, there's no license plate scanner. There's no ticket thing. Like it's a really weird placed gate.
I don't know. Maybe it's the emergency gate for fire.
Or maybe
That would make sense.
They've got one on the back.
I saw that one, but that one's red.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're going to change it out. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
I got nothing.
I don't got it.
I'll find out when I,
I
ask.
don't.
That's fair.
Yeah, you're our inside man.
You're
for
supposed to
this
have
used to
this
have-
information for
I
us.
used to have
We're
a lot
supposed
more
to have this
information when I worked here
information.
permanently.
Yeah.
I know.
Now that I'm not, I'll tell you this.
It's
at
a little
least
sporadic these days.
Now that I've left, all that stress from this place has gone away. I have new
bet.
stress, but it's not as bad.
Oh, dude,
surprisingly.
casinos are the worst.
Well, yeah, because I'm here. I worked in surveillance,
Yeah.
installing cameras, watching table games. It was a constant thing. I had to worry about the system, constantly on call. Now I work at a camp with children, and it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Different stresses.
No, it's just casinos generally. Fandango was running perfectly. I had it completely dialed in,
Not
and it was
anymore.
still stressful. Oh, they've lost so many people. They've cut so much payroll.
Really.
Oh yeah.
They're doing
Us.
that bad. I thought they were,
That's.
or it's just probably just decisions that they're making.
I got an Indeed offer today.
From what did they want you to do?
Oh, get this. Okay, I thought this is like 10:30.
The Indeed offers are fantastic.
Oh yeah.
This one, I think, bakes the cake.
All right, let's hear it.
Because normally I get like an offer, and they're like, "Oh, we think you'd be great in our position as a Taco Bell retail guy," and I was like, "Yeah, okay." This one was for ordnance handling.
Oh, you should get in on that.
You should.
Down at the Hawthorne,
At the ammo dump?
at the ammo dump.
Yes.
Legitimately, no experience required.
You can get me in there, right?
Okay, you just have to make it there. It's a 2-hour drive.
What happened to the last guy?
I don't know, but apparently I qualify. $20 an hour starting plus hazard pay,
Yeah, I'm willing.
and
to
I
do
was
that.
like,
How
bro,
often are in hazard pay?
isn't it always hazard pay because you're always handling ordnance?
Yeah.
It should
I'm
be.
like, and at first I was like, is this legit? Like, is this guy like, I'm like, I have no Army experience whatsoever or anything. Apparently not required. Apparently they'll just take anybody at the Hawthorne Army Ordnance Disposal area.
Listen,
But this was just for ordnance handling. Apparently the upgrade to that is ordnance disposal.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Yeah. And that job is also available. So something happened to those two guys. And
Yeah.
there is now a
What's-
job ready to go.
What's the average career length?
Yeah. How long is your retention rate?
listen. If I think about what it actually is, like in the Army when I was working at Fort Irwin when we found ordnance, we actually just threw rocks at it sometimes.
Dude,
We
there
wanted to
was-
see what would happen.
There was a story
That is
from
your
fucking
government money at work
That's
right,
right.
there.
story from fucking one of the guys. They had to get rid of crates of fucking grenades, and they're like the first like half dozen were really cool, and then you're literally just in the fucking little bunker thing,
Bored,
like pulling them out by your teeth and just two-handing them over the wall, just fucking
movie style.
yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't 2 hours away, I would kind of think about that. 'Cause that
It
might,
is a drive,
it might be kind of a fun job, though.
and it's not a convenient drive. It's down and over and then down again.
It's like, and then you get to that McDonald's and you're just there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, thank God there's a McDonald's.
And that McDonald's isn't a 24 anymore.
And then you look at all the random bunkering, and you're like, this place is definitely getting nuked in a war.
Yeah. You're like, this is on a lot of maps and a lot of bases.
Isn't that the
They're just
largest ammo dump in the world?
it's supposed to be.
Let's just say if a spark went off in the wrong spot there, we would probably fill it up here.
I just want to see one of the Johnny Five robots they've got out there. Because their drones are tank-treaded robots.
Yeah, the Johnny Fives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're controlled by somebody. One of the guys I knew was doing like cable work out there, like laying cable for something. And he's like, the dudes would just fuck with us. They just come up and the little robot, like, what are you doing? Are you supposed to be here? He's like, we got tired of it. At some point, we just started offering him drinks. We're like, hey, you want to go to the strip club later?
It's like I get off at 5.
Damn robot comes up. Yo, Laser Lips, your mama was a snowblower.
Oh, someone needed to do that at some point.
Well, surprisingly, there's a lot of people that haven't seen those movies anymore.
I know.
There is a large number of people who've never seen Short Circuit, and that's just sad.
That's a shame.
This second one was interesting, but the first is still the best.
I'm honestly now convinced that in high school there should be a class of required movies to see, and it's just movies you have to watch.
I mean, I do that to my kids already.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen every
But
old movie
no,
I have.
high school like you can't get a diploma without these.
What's on the list?
All right. Well,
Short Circuit's
how
the one.
long is an average class period? About an hour, 20 minutes these days.
No, weren't they 2 hours? Weren't they 2 hour blocks at the high school?
They used to be. I think they cut down to an hour and a
Yeah,
half
I
and gave
feel
them more
like-
classes.
I feel like on average it's about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe hour 40.
Because that's the
Okay.
amount of attention you can hold for kids most times.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta
Even
remember
then,
these.
it's like-
these
I like the 2 hour. We switched to that in the middle of high school, and I like the 2 hour blocks.
It's gotten to the
I
point where
would've liked
kids
the
are
2 hour
so
blocks.
distracted by technology and all that
Oh, that's fair.
that their attention span has gone down
There's a lot of
significantly.
pansy kids out there.
Which is why a lot of them are being called ADHD when they're not. They're
Yeah.
getting diagnosed for the wrong things.
Anyway, so what's on the list?
All right. Well. All right. I guess
You can start with the easy ones, the classics. Gone with the Wind.
no.
No, it has to
No.
be.
Gone with the Wind.
Has to be. Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane for sure. I don't know about Gone with the Wind.
First movie anyone ever swore in on the silver screen.
Is that all that happens?
What's that?
Skip.
Oh, come on.
Uh,
It's culturally relevant.
Patton.
When
100% Patton.
Patton for sure. I'll give you Patton.
The
All's
Godfather.
Quiet on the
Can you
Western
show The
Front.
Godfather?
Movies you have to have seen. Yes, The Godfather's fucking got 1 and 2 are on those lists.
I mean, that's right
Right.
there is 3-hour movie.
We will allow them to skip 3.
Which Star Trek is on the list?
Well,
He's like all of them.
Wrath of Khan.
2.
Yeah.
Not the one with the whale thing.
Well, I would do I would do Wrath of Khan, and then I would do the one with the whales.
No, you can only have one.
Well, then you have to do Wrath of Khan.
All right. You're not gonna make them watch Star Trek 1,
No.
Star Trek the motion picture.
No, because you have to put 2001: Space Odyssey on there,
Okay. Yeah, you do.
and you can't have that movie twice.
There's probably 3 or 4 Stanley Kubrick films on there.
Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now is a good one. What
Has
about
to-
All
has to be
Quiet
on
on the
there.
Western Front? Have you seen that one?
A long time ago.
So Stanley
World War
Kubrick,
I.
we've got 2001.
Yep.
We've got Apocalypse Now.
Yep.
You've got to put Clockwork Orange on there.
I was never big on Clockwork Orange. I watched it.
Yeah, but it's if you actually pay attention, what it's talking about is important, especially today.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it does have relevance. It's and it's conveniently one of those movies where like you only have to really watch it once.
Yeah.
So if you could help people check that off in high school,
Yeah.
But this is not an old one. What about iRobot? With the way everything's going right now,
No, but I would.
no, but you
iRobot
could
or
read,
AI?
You could read iRobot by
Yeah.
Isaac Asimov, which is much better than
Yeah.
Will
Space
Smith
Odyssey,
garbage.
3000.
No. What about AI?
I really don't like that movie.
I mean, it's AI or it's Terminator.
Terminator.
1 and 2.
No,
Only one.
just one.
What? No.
Or
th-
2.
Then it's 2.
Yeah.
You think so?
You got to do 2.
I feel like 1 is a more realistic story
Yeah, but
to AI robots.
Robert Patrick's character in 2 is just so good.
Yeah, but then you've got a robot fighting a robot. You don't get like the massive difference between one and the other, like between the robot assassin and the human defense
Well, wait.
in
So
2.
why can't we have 1 and 2 then?
Because listen, you're gonna run out of space.
Well, listen, if
Well,
you
wait a
start with
minute.
one, they might go watch 2 and the rest of them by themselves.
So okay, so you're saying if we challenge them with 1, if you like said genre, there turns
Alright.
out to be more than the others.
What
Right.
else? What else is on the
And you-
list?
you
I
let
can-
'em know.
I can accept that.
I will put one on the list. I don't know if everyone agrees, but I think it should be there.
Breakfast Club
No, but that should be there too.
it has to be on there.
So should
I
Ferris
show my
Bueller.
kids that one for T4C.
I hate Ferris Bueller.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It's such a terrible movie.
It doesn't matter. It's one of those things. like,
I get it. It's a movie, right? It's a movie you have to have seen. I can say I don't like it because I've seen it.
correct.
Were you gonna add the Wizard of Oz?
No.
Thank God.
Surprisingly, I don't.
No,
count
I
that
was
one
gonna add
either.
Shawshank.
Oh, hands down.
Definitely.
That was the last time I saw Andy Dufresne.
What about Green Mile?
No, I'm not interested.
You know what? I think if you have Shawshank, you don't need the Green Mile.
I would
Fair.
agree.
I as much as the Green Mile is a better Stephen King movie, Maximum Overdrive is my choice for Stephen King movie.
The Rock.
The problem is Shawshank isn't really it is a Stephen King movie, but it isn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Isn't the Green Mile also a Stephen King story?
I think it is.
Yeah.
But I think Shawshank is a better
No.
is a better story.
And it's still a movie that holds up to today. I think.
What about Dreamcatcher?
No, we're going Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive for
I
that.
think you
or
both
Pet
need to stop.
Cemetery, maybe.
Pet
I think-
Cemetery is a good one.
I will take Pet Cemetery.
You know, The Shining.
Pet Cemetery,
Yeah.
You gotta put The Shining in there.
Do you though?
I mean, we can get rid of
What
the
is it?
Pet Cemetery.
What is it?
All right.
What principles is it communicating that you have to see?
Sociopath, psychopath,
No.
illnesses,
That's some of Jack's best work.
I mean,
anger management.
maybe like
I feel like
The-
The Shining's just one of the movies that you always recommend people see.
Yeah.
it
'Cause
is,
it's
but
it's a Kubrick film, isn't it?
yeah, but he hated it. No,
Did he?
Stephen King hated it.
Stephen King hated it. Kubrick loved it. It just took forever to film.
But what is it communicating? Like, what are we telling people?
That's okay. That's
What about anger management? It's not an old one, but I mean, it's dealing with anger at that point.
No, I feel like
are you
there's
talking
better
about the
for that.
movie anger management?
Yeah, I feel like there's better.
No.
No.
Oh, man, I just had one. Which Star Wars are you showing?
2. Empire Strikes Back.
Really?
5.
5.
Over A New Hope? You're gonna take Empire?
Yes.
Well, then people aren't gonna understand that there's one before that.
Does it matter?
I mean, with the way it's
Again,
set up,
this is one you have to
Think about where it starts.
starts.
What are you missing? What do you need from 4 that you don't see, that you can't like pick up in 5?
And figure out.
I mean, I guess 4 is just character building.
Well, 4 is character building and triumph, right? 5 is sort of triumph, what happens after, defeat, and then still going.
All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you 5. That's fair.
What about Fury?
No.
It's a newer one.
What new film should be on there?
Like in today's world,
Like in the last 20 years.
all right. So the class is movies you have to see.
Yeah.
You have to have seen.
Have
right?
to have seen.
So like, if someone said they hadn't seen it, you'd be like, "What fucking rock are you living under?"
Well,
Right?
there's a caveat there. It has to communicate something. Like the story has to be meaningful in some way to present life. Or to some part of history that you need to understand.
John Wick.
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because I just don't.
Well, John Wick works for if you're talking about the appreciation of movie choreography. That it's really more of like a film studies class movie.
Yeah,
this modern day.
I would agree.
Okay.
It tells you a lot about what a film should look like, but I don't know that there's all that much story there.
Yeah.
Like if
Fair.
I'm gonna show some sort of like violence, retribution, like The Reckoning, Kill Bill, maybe.
True. What about the new Dune?
Why not the old Dune?
Because the new one is way prettier.
It is way prettier.
And
Ooh,
you know what?
Blade Runner.
The first one?
Yes,
Which one?
the Harrison Ford one.
No, I know, but which one? There's like 20 different cuts.
Yeah,
like the
whatever
direct-
cut was shown in the theater.
I feel like the director's cut's the better one though.
Really?
Well, only because it gives you.
Well, but then you can go back to like Apocalypse Now. Which ending?
I like the redo. Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
It adds that extra 30 minutes.
Well, didn't they do different endings in different parts of the country? Like there were 3 different endings, I think.
Well, that was not for Clue.
No, I think that was for Apocalypse Now. I think there were 3 different
It
endings.
was for Clue too, but is there?
I think so.
Huh.
Also, Clue should be on the list.
Clue is definitely on the list. Yeah, Clue for sure.
7 Psychopaths? I'm just naming movies, and
Well, I mean that's
they're movies that
that
I've
one,
enjoyed so
that
far.
one
and it does have a story.
for more within 20 years.
7.
Oh,
7.
7. Yes, 7, definitely.
And that covers your sociopath.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the
Definitely.
Lambs. Fight Club.
Yeah, Fight Club.
You have a Fight Club on there. The Matrix.
And I think Fight Club covers what you would be conveying in The Shining also.
What would The
okay.
Matrix do, though?
The Matrix.
Well, but I think The Matrix,
Didn't we cover that with the Terminator, though?
did we though?
I mean, essentially, it's robots taking over,
But
and that's
you-
what the Terminator was.
You could
wasn't it?
almost, in fact, you could almost just replace Terminator with The Matrix.
Oh. Well, the Terminator is about AI attacking, right? Versus the Matrix, which, if you get rid of the, I'm Jesus part, is really about a complete acceptance of a digital world, right?
But isn't that still AI attacking?
Not the
They use
first
them
one.
as battery, essentially.
The first one is really a revelation that our position with technology could be switched. We could be the use, and they could be the overseer.
Okay. Well, if you do it that way, then yes, I guess you could replace the Terminator with the Matrix.
Like the Terminator
true.
is like it convincing us to destroy ourselves, and then it trying to destroy us. The Matrix is more, I think, a switching of positions.
Okay, so they do both offer similar but different alternatives
Yeah.
but yeah. But again, if you're like, these are movies you have to have seen. Like,
What-
I feel like The
what
Matrix is one you're gonna have to like. You haven't seen
comedies?
The Matrix? Comedies?
What comedies?
Oh,
Which one's that one with the Robin Williams where he's kind of child mentality?
is it the one where he's the doctor?
No, it's the one where he's basically a grown man, born as a grown man, but he has the mind of a fifth grader.
I don't know that one. I don't know that I've ever seen it.
Oh, I forgot Good Will Hunting.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, gotta have Good Will Hunting.
What?
Well, I mean, you got Clue. Clue's a comedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
What would there be any Mel Brooks?
Yeah,
Which ones?
Blazing Saddles.
You think so?
You have to include. But if you haven't seen Blazing Saddles, there's something wrong with you.
That one has to be included.
Like
yeah.
you have to. Like I just. That one and Spaceballs are the two that, like, if someone tells me they haven't seen either of those movies, I want to be like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Also, The Three Amigos.
Yeah.
You have to have seen The Three Amigos.
What Disney films?
Disney films?
Yeah.
Cool Runnings. Done.
I mean, I love Cool Runnings, but
Cool Runnings is the epitome of all Disney films. Hands down. Don't care what you say.
The name of that Robin Williams one was named Jack.
oh, I remember the name. I never saw it.
I don't remember that one.
Essentially, it's about a kid who, or a grown man who has the mind of a 5-year-old, but he aged super fast. So, I mean, essentially, it's close to autism, I'd say.
What was the one with?
Are we talking Disney movies, or are we just
No. I've moved on.
Okay.
We can still talk Disney movies, but
Because you're not gonna beat Cool Runnings, so I don't.
I mean, you could show a couple. Like you could show The Lion King. You cover some Shakespeare.
True. That's true.
No. The one where Brad Pitt plays Death.
The fuck movie is Brad Pitt played Death in?
Yeah, with
Who else is in it?
Anthony Hopkins, I think.
Really? I don't know that I've seen this movie.
Something Black. You've never seen? It's actually really good.
I'll take your word for it. What's that movie we always talk about with Val Kilmer?
Oh, and
The Ghost of Darkness.
The Ghost in the Darkness.
That has to be included in the. That's a really good movie.
Yeah, but I mean, it does communicate some of history. I'll give you Ghost in the Darkness.
Perfect, because that's a good movie.
All right.
Oh,
We'll start with one, and then we'll move to the other.
okay.
The Usual Suspects.
Yes.
I don't know what it communicates, though.
If you're crafty, you can get away with anything.
All right, and then somewhat related. The Way of the Gun.
If you're crafty, you can get away with almost anything.
Do they get away with it, though?
I said almost. There was a difference. See, the first one was
You get away with
get
it.
away with anything. The second one was almost get away with anything. I would also include Desperado. Come on.
Would-
You have to have seen Desperado.
I've seen it, but would you do Desperado, or would you do what was it? What was the one that it was?
Well, the original
El
is
Mariachi?
El Mariachi, which is in Spanish, and not,
All right,
near-
I'll
and
make
not
him watch some
nearly
foreign
as
films.
funny.
I was
Oh,
about to
dude,
say
there's
that,
there's
too. Once
one
Upon
that
a
I
Time in
don't
Mexico.
want. I don't. I watched it one time, and I will never ever watch it again. It
What was it?
was black and white. You probably watched it in school,
Black and white.
and it was like 9.5 hours long. Spielberg film. Come on, you can do it.
Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that movie doesn't have to be on the list of movies you need to see anymore.
Okay.
This is a more relevant class that we're teaching.
You don't think that's still relevant?
Schindler's List. See what you've done there.
I feel like it's not as
you've,
much.
You've now put me in a bind where if I say no, I don't think it's relevant anymore. Every single Jewish person in the world hates me because they go, that guy's a fucking.
No, forget that. Forget the part. Forget that it was about a specific people in a specific time. You don't think those principles, like how we classify each other and then treat each other relative to those classifications, is relevant? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, well in that case, then yes, that movie still is relevant,
I mean,
but it is like 9 hours long.
it is very long.
It's very.
It's
very
almost as long as Benjamin Button,
Oh,
which is 100% not on the list.
nothing.
Where would you guys do with Jarhead?
No, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna do Platoon. Come on.
Platoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jarhead.
Or Hamburger Hill, or there's so
Black
many
Hawk
that are
Down?
better than Charhead.
Ooh, Hamburger Hill. That's good. That's a good choice.
Or even the one with Mel Gibson. We Were Soldiers.
Oh, I like We
Soldiers
Were
is good.
Soldiers.
I mean, you could pick like, or Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
Either that one or Black Hawk Down.
we forgot. Few Good Men.
Few Good Men.
Oh, I don't know that they have to see that.
You have to see.
come on.
That is
You really just have to see the one scene.
yes, because it's the greatest one-take scene ever.
Yes. No, I agree.
Yeah,
But I mean, you could show that in 7 minutes.
you could, but the whole movie's good.
I know, but the only part that anyone needs to see is that.
I know.
Is
The locker. Is the
telling
courtroom scene.
telling truth to power.
Yes.
That's the whole movie can be summed up in that line.
It really can. It really can. I like Black Hawk Down. It's a good movie,
But
but the way that Black Hawk crashes is just so not realistic.
fair.
Well, I don't think much about that movie. I think they took a lot of dramatic license.
There are definitely some liberties taken.
Well,
I mean, they also fit what was like a 2.5-day deal into like 90 minutes.
This is true. This is
I
true.
mean, we were talking about more relevant. What about Zero Dark 30?
No,
No?
stop. Just
No?
stop.
Why?
Just stop.
13 Hours was way better than Zero Dark 30.
Fair enough.
Yes.
13 Hours was definitely more realistic than Zero Dark 30.
All right.
Like storytelling wise, it was much better. The Rock.
No.
I did say that one already. He already batted that
It
out.
doesn't need to be on there.
What? You have to see The Rock.
I will give you
Face Off.
James Bond. No, come on.
I mean,
what are you doing?
That's one of my favorite movies with
But what you should have on there, in fact, two Grease.
Con Air.
Grease, yeah.
No.
Grease.
Yeah.
What? No.
You have to.
No.
Listen, I like
Grease and the
first
one that Lucas did before Star Wars.
American Graffiti.
Yeah.
You are about to lose your privileges, sir.
You can't take my privileges conveniently. It's not possible.
He's
This-
already telling me no
this-
on a bunch of things. So
This is my class to teach. Okay. It's movies you have to have seen. What does American Graffiti give you? Is not relevant to kids these days.
Okay, what about
I feel like it is depending
hold
on
on.
the
I'll
kids.
give
I will
you
gi-
Fast
Amer-
Times at Ridgemont High.
no, come
No.
on. And I like it.
You already
but
got
no.
Breakfast Club.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we already had Breakfast Club.
If you need another like high school angst and you don't want American Graffiti,
Yes.
Friday Night Lights.
All right, I'll take Friday Night Lights over American Graffiti. That's fair.
I feel like they sort of represent similar things.
Yes, but I'm still saying no to Grease.
Dude, listen. It's not my movie, but I don't think you get away from it.
What does Grease offer to the world that Pulp Fiction can't?
Fair.
Wait, hold on.
No,
Hold on. But if you're gonna go that route, if you're gonna go the Tarantino route, is it Pulp Fiction or is it Reservoir Dogs?
See, I would try to argue both. Because one shows that you can make a Hollywood budget movie for under 20 grand. And two, after you make said movie and Hollywood likes you enough to give you more money, you can just make a fucking banger of a movie that no one can ever explain without you actually seeing it.
Yeah, what happened? I'm not really sure.
Because let's be fair, it's really hard to explain Pulp Fiction to someone who's never seen it.
Oh, I remember we were in high school.
Like, what do you say to Pulp Fiction?
We were watching it in the living room in high school. And my dad, who doesn't swear, walks down the stairs, stops in the living room, watches about 45 seconds of Pulp Fiction, and goes, "What the are you guys watching?"
Your dad said that.
Yes.
Wow.
He's pretty mellow usually,
Yeah, your
too.
dad is mellow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't. It's hard though. Like movies within the last 20 years is hard. I don't really think you necessarily need to have seen any movies in the last 20 years.
There's got to be some
There's
stuff
not like
out there.
one that I would probably be like, oh my god, how have you?
I mean,
not
what about
seen
Oscar
that?
winners in the last 20 years? What about like
I don't really trust the Academy and the Oscars.
that?
Shit's-
What about
that
the
shit seems
Monuments
rigged.
Men?
I don't think I ever saw it.
Cause like what, like Wolf of Wall Street,
Yeah, you don't need to see that.
right? I mean, it's good.
You probably need to see some movie about finance and sales. I don't know what it would be.
Right. Wall Street.
What about No Country?
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
I never saw 310 to Yuma.
No, Good,
Yeah,
the Bad,
you-
and the Ugly.
Good, bad, and ugly.
What about
Or-
Dances
or-
with Wolves?
The one that they all say almost killed the Western because it was perfect.
Oh, what about the Wind Talkers?
Was A Million Ways to Die in the West or something.
Oh, yeah.
The Sergio Leone 1969 movie came out before The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
Apparently, that movie was so perfect it almost killed the Western because nobody wanted to make it.
What about the remake that what's his face did from the John Wayne movie? The Rooster Cogburn.
Broken?
No.
No. Unforgiven?
No, Unforgiven's definitely on the list. Oh, come on, why can't I
It's
think of
not.
this?
It's not Unforgiven.
No, Unforgiven was Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman.
Oh, that's right. What am I thinking of?
I don't know. The character's name was Rooster Cogburn.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges plays him
Yeah,
in the remake.
yeah.
Wow.
It was. Come on, someone help me out here.
Google machine when you need it.
I can't believe I can't think of the name of this film. This station is occupied.
We're all.
It will
we're
be
all
for some
paranoid.
time.
If we had people watching, they'd be screaming right now.
Oh, I know. It'd be like,
"Oh, you're so stupid.
yeah.
You're
How
so stupid.
How don't you know that?
How do you not know that off the top of your head?"
Yeah. Gone like the whiskey gone.
Speaking of Jeff Bridges,
Gone like yeah. The Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski, 100%.
True Grit.
True Grit. Yeah.
That's really embarrassing that we didn't know that one.
It's incredibly embarrassing.
That one's terrible. Yes, the Big Lebowski
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs to be there.
has to be on. Has to be on there. It's one of those ones. If you say it and someone goes never seen it, you have to be like,
How?
how?
Why?
That's what this class is for.
I'm not even sure what that's about.
If you could actually explain to me what the Big Lebowski's about, you have transcended time and space and a whole lot of trial and error on drugs, probably.
I hope that's one of the movies we send into space.
Isn't it? Isn't it one of the ones that's on the
I don't know, but I hope so.
space?
Do
Whatever?
they still show Where the Red Fern Grows? That used to be a movie they would show
Oh,
after
no,
you
but
read the book.
There's a bunch of stuff that like comes from books. The books that you have to read.
All of those are not allowed in this class.
Not even holes?
See the door right there?
He's really he's really proud of that
You-
one.
you-
The
you are-
smirk on his
you
face
are-
is fantastic.
You are really happy for that.
I am.
Jew.
Oh, did I just lose a camera?
Looks like
we
it.
lost Kevin.
We lost Kevin,
We still have you,
but we lost Kevin.
me, but we have lost Kevin.
What the hell's that about?
That's weird.
I don't know, but your camera's still going.
Yeah.
How long do we got?
Yours is a trooper. We are on an hour and 34 minutes.
Oh God,
We have been rambling
about movies.
about movies. That's hilarious.
Welcome to the cigar shop.
That is the most legitimate cigar shop conversation I think we've had on this podcast.
Yeah. Next, who should play what role in upcoming films. That's
Yeah,
the next one that
that's
goes on
definitely-
forever.
That was the one that we could go for fucking hours or.
Oh my god! And we need to send that one to Hollywood because they need to take notes.
Good. We've come up with some gems
All right.
in the past.
Would
for
that
sure.
be for like remakes of movies?
Oh,
remakes?
we have remade some very good movies.
We
in
have
here.
we have entire
Yeah,
plot
we've done it
lines
once
like
or
how
twice.
like
Oh.
how you should measure seasons that have gone bad of TV shows.
Oh.
100%. Like what you should do instead.
We can fix Hollywood in like 3 episodes, maybe less.
You guys want to get out of here? I have an early morning tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that's remind me
I do too.
next time the 3 of us together.
All right. Next week.
Yeah, next week I've got one last thing we didn't cover, but it's lengthy. So
Okay. We'll start with it next
yeah,
time.
we'll start with it next time.
I was about to say I could print out the.
Yeah, if you'll print them out, I'll do the show. I'll start doing them again.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Will was going to be here, and no one seemed motivated,
I have
so I'll do it.
access to it, so I can print it out.
I was very proud. I took a lot of notes today.
You
Yeah,
did.
you
Just
did.
put them on the computer.
I did them all today too. Because I have free time before we shoot, so that's my time to work.
All right.
Which everyone goes, well, we need to have the notes in by then. All right.
All right. All right. You guys have anything in closing?
Oh, you want me to tell people like,
Comment.
and subscribe?
Yeah, that works. Now they've heard it twice, 3 times.
3 times, because there was that time it was subtly in there, which I think we should try to do every episode. It's kind of fun. I'm going to do it to fuck with Will. Next time Will's in there, don't say anything. We'll fuck with him. See how many times we can work it in there. It's like,
All right.
like playing Meow Game.
Yeah. All right. I'm Lane. They're Kevin and Casey. This is the Daily Torch. We're at High Sierra Cigars.
We'll see you next.
See ya.
Pulse?